to the ICC Cricket World Cup.
Hello and welcome to War of the Worlds. Now, Shikhar Dhawan slammed his second century of the World Cup and his 8th century of his career as Team India hammered Ireland to record their 5th straight win in the World Cup. India were rarely troubled in the world as the world champions coasted to an 8-wicket victory over the Irish. Ireland was never supposed to really trouble India, but Team India showed that even in alien conditions, India are a force to reckon with, and we are not going to surrender this cup. We are 5-0 now in this World Cup, going on towards the quarterfinals on top of Pool B. We'll be going through India's match against Ireland and also the 5 reasons why India will win this World Cup with an elite list of guests we've got here today. Mr. Vinod Kambli joins us in the studio along with Mr. Sori, 2 former India cricketers. Mr. Nayan Mohangia, also former cricketer, joins us shortly. Mr. Shaji Chako, the sports editor of Sanjay Guardian, joins us live along with Himanshu Chaturvedi, sports guru and commentator. But first, India's win over the Irish. Let's take a look at India's scorecard. Shikhar Dhawan was India's star, and his 2nd century of the tournament and record opening stand with Rohit Sharma helped India win this match. But before we get into this discussion, let us quickly listen in to MS Dhoni, who was speaking after India's win over Ireland.
Same way, the next game will be the last before we get into the knockout stages. So we'll keep improving, every game, and that's our motive, to keep improving in every game so that we can maintain the forward shift that we have got. And I felt, though he had a tough series, still I felt, we had put in a lot of effort in him. And not to forget, without his contribution, it would have been very difficult to win the Champions Trophy. So we always believed in him. But that final step, that needs to be taken from the individual. And I felt he prepared well for these ODIs.
All right. Shikhar Dhawan, India's star, he slammed his 2nd century in the World Cup, and talking on that, another former Indian great batting hero, Vinod Kambli. Vinod, really impressed with Shikhar Dhawan, his implementation especially. This is 2nd century and he's shown a different style to his batting really in this World Cup, hasn't he?
I think he has woken up, and that wake-up call was necessary because the way, I won't say that he was out of form. He was in a good nick. And he just has to hang in, and that's all he wanted, and that's what he did in this innings. He carried on and he played a big inning, and it's very, as I said, it's very fortunate for Indian team to have to bounce back, because the opening pair, which is not going well between Rohit and Shikhar. So we wanted a big partnership as well. So in looking forward to the left-hander, because being a left-hander, always love when left-handers they score centuries and they hit a good score. So I feel that that Shikhar wanted a wake-up call. But thanks to all thanks to Dhoni, who has shown so much of interest and so much of confidence he has given him. I think hats off to Dhoni first of all, and the way Dhawan has played, I think it's the wake-up call to other teams now.
Absolutely. Now, what was really special about Dhawan's innings that he, along with Rohit Sharma, helped shatter India's opening record for opening partnership in a World Cup match. Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma beating the mark set by Sachin Tendulkar and Jadeja way back in 1996. Let me quickly bring in Mr. Story on this discussion. Do you reckon this is India's best opening partnership for some years now?
That's right, because if you analyze India's past performances, past victories in the last 2 years, our openers have done well. And Vinod Kambli has just hit the nail on the head. You have to thank MS Dhoni, because few days back, it was talked about that Shikhar Dhawan might lose his place in the squad. But now this is a total turnaround. And this is what batting is all about. And I would just like to praise Dhoni here to heights, because he has been a man who is always backing his players. I think that is what players want, because at times you can go through a bad patch, bad form, you can struggle, but then you need your captain's hand. And that is what Dhoni is all about.
Absolutely. Now, let me quickly bring in Mr. Himanshu Chaturvedi, who's been saying that Shikhar Dhawan will be India's star in this World Cup. Himanshu, clearly your man is coming good. Shikhar Dhawan slamming his 2nd century, and this probably even more impressive. It comes in New Zealand, a country where we had not won even a single match in the last 5 years, but Shikhar Dhawan taking India to victory, a very comfortable victory, that too.
Thank you, Shobhat, for mentioning. There were two people right from the beginning on the very first match. We have been discussing that Shikhar and Mohit Sharma. There were two people when the World Cup actually started. Nobody actually looked seriously about them. And when we were sitting together, I said Shikhar Dhawan is going to be the key man. And I'm still saying it is Shikhar Dhawan, which is going to be the most important factor in India's win to the World Cup. You see, we have to understand that Shikhar Dhawan was one of the highest chap at the Champions Trophy 2013. Hello?
Absolutely, absolutely. Go ahead,
Hello?
Himanshu. We can hear you, Himanshu. Go ahead.
Yeah, and 2013 also, yeah, I can hear you. So 2013, again, Shikhar Dhawan was the highest among all the players. So if you see a tag record, Shikhar Dhawan has the capacity and the capability to hold on to big matches. And it is very important now to see Shikhar Dhawan in a more important position and keep him in such a manner, you know, because he's one man who's absolutely free. He wants to be free. He doesn't want to be advised. The minute you try and put anything into him, he chokes. So it's very important here to see that all during the next matches, Shikhar Dhawan is totally let loose and let him do what he likes to.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, his not going on the first wicket can be very, very bad because our middle order is still not doing very well. We saw the West Indies match. India again shaked up, and it was Mr. Dhoni.
Absolutely.
If he did not come up to that caliber, India would have been in serious trouble against West Indies.
Himanshu, just stay with us. We'll quickly bring in our first caller. Malkeet Singh joins us from Jalandhar. Malkeet, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
My name is Malkeet Singh. You know, it is good to see that India has won these last 5 games, but they should not get too complacent, you know. And the teams we are going to face are in the later stages, like in quarterfinals, semi-finals. And we have to pick the ball up so that we win all the matches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to guard against complacency. That's what our callers are calling in and warning MS Dhoni that we have not yet won the cup, but we are certainly on our way. Shumon Ray joins us live from Australia. Now, Shumon, what was really heartening was, first of all, Dhoni stuck to the winning combination. We did not experiment much. We stuck to our best 11. However, Dhoni showed his tactical brilliance really. He used Suresh Raina for 10 overs there. He judged the pitch very quickly, and that clearly showed that Dhoni is on the ball, on his game, isn't it?
Well, there are two things. One, that Newsx was the only channel to have reported it correctly, that Dhoni is not going to disturb his winning combination. Though India had already reached the quarterfinals, and there was no need to continue with the winning combination. India could have actually gone about experimenting with a few players. Some people said about Stuart Binney, but I reported it that it's not going to happen. It's going to be the winning combination only. Against Zimbabwe, yes, there will be experimentation. Now, Dhoni's tactics, yes, absolutely right. Suresh Raina bowling, we should understand that Ireland has a problem with off-spin, playing off-spin. They are not good at playing spin, and more so with off-spin. And he had seen that Ashwin was bowling well, and having Suresh Raina bowling to the Ireland, it has added to Dhoni's potency once more, because one more bowler is now in Indian rank who can actually bowl 10 overs, which is a big sign, big plus point for Indian team. Now what happens against Zimbabwe is not that relevant, but next is the quarterfinal, a possible quarterfinal match against, in all probability, it's going to be Bangladesh. Now the route towards semi-final is almost clear from here on. Now it's all about peaking at the right time, and that is what's happening.
Absolutely.
The top order is clicking, and that ensures you
right,
at
Shumon.
least 40
Just
to
stay with us,
50%.
Shumon. We'll just come back to you. Another caller, Gopal, joins us from Pune. Gopal, go ahead. Can India win this cup?
Hello.
Yes, Gopal.
I think in this World Cup there are only two strong teams, that is Australia and New Zealand, apart from India. When India runs into either New Zealand or Australia, either in the semi-finals or the finals, it's going to be a very hard proposition. Do you think with these part-time bowlers we can win the matches?
Well, I'll just put that question to Mr. Vinod Kambli, who's played many World Cup matches for us. Vinod, go ahead. Can we win the cup? Although our bowling department is one of the most effective bowling departments, Wisdom Wizard has given us that data. We'll be shortly putting that out. Stay tuned for that. But we have bowled out every opposition so far in this World Cup. Can our bowling department lead us to the cup?
I think today was an optional because we knew that Ireland can't play spin. But looking at New Zealand or Australia, if we face them in the semis or the finals, so it will be a different ball game where you have to have your specialist bowlers and you have to have a game plan for that. So I feel that this kind of just part-timers won't be a big help because you have all the best bowlers in your lineup. Only just one Soviet I want to add here. Just wanted to check how much percentage is Mr. Jadeja fit. Because I feel he's still unfit, and the way after the nets or after the match, the way he bowls, he's just bowling flatter and flatter, and the ball is not reaching to the batsman. So it's a big concern. So I don't know how long he will survive, but on a big crunch match, if Jadeja fails, so it will be very difficult for the Indians to bounce back because you get a better start from Shami and Yadav. So you have to look into this matter. But I feel the part-timers is okay with Zimbabwe or with Ireland, but not with a regular and finest team.
Absolutely, Vinod, you're spot on there. Let me quickly bring in Mr. Ayaz Memon, also a consulting editor on this discussion. Ayaz, two quick points there. One, Shikhar Dhawan, really breaking all sorts of records for India at the top of the order. His second century in this World Cup itself. And secondly, Dhoni and his captaincy bowling part-timers in this crucial match in New Zealand, where usually pacers rule. And Dhoni showing that even the part-timers and Indian spinners can help us win matches in crucial, in crunch games where conditions are not really in our favor as well.
Well, I think, look, the man of the match was obviously Shikhar Dhawan. He scored 100. But the most influential player of the match was, without doubt for me, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. The way he read the pitch, the way he read the game, the way he brought in his spinners very early, put the shackles on the batsmen because they had got off to a very good start. And everybody, but just about everybody was saying we'll have to chase 300 plus. Now 300, Ireland is not a main team, but 300 is a daunting score for any side chasing it. So it wouldn't have been easy with 70, 80 runs more. I think the way he handled, and look, it's not that we didn't have a main bowler, it's just that Jadeja still looks off color, a little off rhythm, and as Vinod mentioned, we'll have to find out just how fit he is. So he brought in Suresh Raina. Suresh Raina bowled well and he gave him his full quota of 10 overs. Most captains would be tempted to, give him 5 overs and get 2-3 overs from Rohit Sharma, but he bowled him his full 10 and actually didn't bowl Jadeja the full 10. So I think Dhoni he's playing to his strengths. He knows the slow bowlers are crucial in his game plan, and I think he's going about it brilliantly.
Absolutely.